All right, good morning, traders. Today is June 20th, 2024. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody out there in digital land, talking about YouTube channel subscribers and Facebook group members, and everybody out there in Twitter, Instagram. My SPY pivot this morning is 547. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. SPY, XLK, and SMH made new all-time highs. FNGU and QQQ made inside days, closing over the bullish trap over the 17 EMA. SPY closed with a 2-hour uptrend and a 10-minute uptrend. SPY, QQQ, FNGU are in uptrends. Diamond Dow and IWM remain in downtrends. Diamond Dow made a higher high and a higher low, closing over the bullish cross and the 17 EMA. IWM made a higher high and a higher low, closing inside bearish trap under the 17 EMA. Silver and gold both still in downtrends. Silver made a higher high and a higher low, closing inside a bearish trap under the 17 EMA. Gold did the same thing, higher high, higher low, closing over the bearish trap but under the 17 EMA. USO started a new uptrend a couple days ago, made a higher high, made a higher low, closing above the bullish trap over the 17 EMA. UNG still in an uptrend, made a higher high and a higher low, closing over a bearish trap over the 17 EMA. US dollar index still in an uptrend, closed near the 105.23 area. All right, let's go take a look at some charts. Good morning, JW and Gilbert. All right, so let's move this out of the way. My SPY pivot let's go look at the pivot first, okay? All right, so we're going to move the pivot right up to here. Okay, below 547. 547 right there. Okay, so break below that. Looks like we're coming back to anchored VWAP back here. So this is our latest all-time high anchored VWAP. So below 547, probably coming back to 544 to check support. So we'll see what happens today. Looks like we're gapping up this morning. Looks like it's already rolling over. Now 550. 550 is going to be a popular number. 550 is going to be a target for a lot of investors. All right, so you may see a lot of selling happen today or tomorrow because 550 is mentally a target for them. So you may see some selling today rather than bullishness. We'll see what happens. We're gapping up. That is bullish. Filling the gap, that would be bearish if the bulls allow the gap to get filled. All right, so 550, again, psychologically, it's a target. So there may be some profit taking today at 550. We'll see. And then again, they may shoot through. I don't know what's going to happen, but we're gapping up over the base. You can see we put in a nice long base here, and we were jacked up into the end near the close with a 2-hour uptrend and a 10-minute uptrend. Okay, so I don't know what's going to happen today, but I'm expecting some profit taking. Will there be enough profit taking to overwhelm the bulls? I don't know. All right, so it'll be interesting to see what happens today. All right, so there's SPY. Again, the pivot's 547. 2-hour. Let's take a look at the 2-hour. You can see here on the 2-hour, you got price action. The shaded section is the pre-market, post-market. You can see we have a 2-hour uptrend. In the 10-minute chart, one more time, we had a 10-minute uptrend going into close. So we had a 10-minute uptrend and a 2-hour uptrend going into the close on Tuesday. All right, in the daily, we have an uptrend. Okay, you can see where the anchored VWAP is. Anchored VWAP is 544. Okay, my SPY pivot 547. I think if we get below 547, we're coming down to possibly visit the all-time high anchored VWAP at 544. We'll see what happens. All right, so there's SPY. Yesterday's price action, new all-time high. Today's price action, brand new, even more all-time high. Okay, so a higher high. So, Tuesday's price action, closing over the bullish trap over the 17 EMA. There's SPY. Okay, QQQ yesterday put in an inside day. Lower high, higher low, closing over the trap over the 17. All right, FNGU did the same thing. An inside day, closing over the trap over the 17. All right, so, and SMH yesterday, new all-time high. XLK, new all-time high. Okay, so now let's take a look at Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow, still in a downtrend. Got to break this high. Got a lower high, got a higher high, higher low, higher high, closing over bullish cross over the 17 EMA. So Diamond Dow putting in a higher low right here, trying to fight off that downtrend that it's in. So here's the here we got a low. Okay, so that's a higher low there. All right. Now they got to take out this high right here. Taking out that high puts it back into an uptrend. Okay, so that's what they got to do. Diamond Dow. It's not too far away. They can do it. All right, but got to take out that high to get back into uptrend status. So there's Diamond Dow, still in a downtrend. IWM, still in a downtrend. Okay, again, IWM got the same scenario. All right, we got a, wait a minute, it's not the right chart. Let's try this again. All right, IWM still in a downtrend. Got to break this downtrend line. All right, so IWM got to break. See how we're making lower lows. So IWM's got to break this high up here. I don't know if they can do it. I'll have to look back and see when the last time we had a big candle like that. I don't know. There's a nice move right there, coming off the bottom. But look, they had a higher low to get them all psyched up to do it. Okay, there's a nice move right there, 3-day move. Right there. Again, they came back to minor support and ripped. All right, so I'm not seeing that higher low yet, so I don't know what's going to happen. Doesn't look very promising. Okay, so again, IWM's got to break this high right up here, and they just keep making. You got a low here and a lower low, and then here's a low, double bottom low, and they make lower lows. Here's another low, and they made a double bottom low. You can see the pattern here. They just keep making lower lows. All right, so there's IWM. All right, they got a lot of work to do. They got to break this high in order to be in an uptrend. So they'd have to break the downtrend line and break this high up here on this wick. All right, so IWM still in a downtrend. All right, let's take a look at our technicals. All right, so here's our technicals. I'm going to call it Tuesday's price action. You can see we came down, set a higher low right here, moved back up into the chop zone. That's the buyer's chop zone. The bears threw us out of the buyer's chop zone, and we wound up coming back to trend right here. So it'll be interesting to see what happens today if they can find their way back into the buyer's chop zone. Right now they're in the seller's chop zone. All right, the interesting thing is they did not. We got a low here, and we got just an eensy beensy little bit higher low right there. But here's the problem. We got a lower high. All right, so hopefully we can take that high out and find ourselves back into the midpoint up here. We'll see what happens. All right, so there's T2122, T2123. We're still not filling any gaps, traders. Still failed to fill. See the gap up there? That's where we closed on this. Well, anyways, we closed up there. We didn't fill the gap. All right, so we're still not filling any gaps. T2123 still stuck in quadrant 4. Trapped underneath right now. Trapped underneath this 200 SMA. That's no longer moving up, no longer moving flat. It's now hooked over and curling down. Okay, so we need price to get back up to this midpoint. Need price to break through the 200 SMA. Market not looking good, looking like a pullback, coming all the way back. If you can see right here, we failed to make the higher high. And you can see us now testing these lows. All right, failing to make that higher high. Now we're coming back to test the lows again. Will we make a lower low will be the question. Hopefully they double bottom or find some support right in through this consolidation there. All right, so things not looking good for the market right now. Okay, so let's go take a look at the 3-bar chart. Pretty much the same thing, okay? Only this time on the 200 SMA, it's still flat. It's not hooked over. All right, so there's still a possibility we wind up coming back to an area right about here. Come down to this third, we may find ourselves coming back to maybe right about this area here. Spiking the flat 200 SMA. If they consolidate over it, over the flat 200 SMA, there's a chance we wind up breaking out to challenge the highs. But first we got to get over the 200 and up into the upper third. Right now we're in the lower fourth. So we're still stuck in quadrant 1. So there's T2123. FNGU. This is Friday's price action. Not Friday. This is Tuesday's price action. Remember I said it was an inside day. So a little bit of profit taking, a little bull flag going on here. All right, you can see some red, a little bit of green, a little more red. Mostly red all day, but still consolidating. This is what I like to see. Still consolidating on top of prior consolidation. This would be a consolidation area here. And now I see consolidation happening here. Notice the consolidation is higher. That's what I like to see. Move up and consolidate some more. If they can continue with this, hey, I'm all for it. Right here in the post-market, pre-market, again, move up, consolidate some more. All right? I think they can do this all week long. Just keep doing that and keep lifting it up. So there's FNGU. Now, FNGU really close to the all-time highs. If I could look back here, that's the 15-minute chart. I'm just going to pull up a 3-day chart. All right, so here's the 3-day chart. The all-time highs were set in 2021. And if we put a line up here, you can see how close we are. We are over those early 2021 highs right here. Okay. Notice, see, we're up over it. And we're on our way to challenge the breakdown candle right there which is at 496.19. All right, so all without the help of Snowflake. All right, so that's the latest addition to the FNGU is Snowflake. All right, so FNGU coming in close to those all-time highs right now. Hopefully they can consolidate over to the right or keep doing what I said before, which was, move up, consolidate, move up, consolidate, move up, and consolidate. All right, right now they're bullish, and when the FNGU remains bullish, I got to believe that the market's also going to be bullish. Look how far they carried us while the market was selling off. All right, remember the market was moving down. We look at T2123. Okay, you can see this is the market selling off, and the FNGU carried those indices up, like the QQQ and the SPY. Now, Diamond Dow has different weighted stocks in it. Okay, so it's not going to carry Diamond Dow. IWM, I'm not sure if they have any weighted stocks in the IWM. I'm not certain. They may have some, but again, this FNGU, because the heavyweights in here in this ETN are very heavily weighted in the QQQ and the SPY. They've been carrying the indice higher, irregardless of what the market's been doing, selling off. All right, so there's FNGU. Let's take a look at a few. Let's take a look at a few sectors. All right, we already saw SMH and XLK, XLF. That's an important one. Okay, so XLF still in a downtrend with lower highs and lower lows. Got to break this downtrend line right here. All right, so XLF still in a downtrend. Now we got a 1, 2, 3 day rally. We're going to need a whole lot more than that. All right, you need a nice rally where the igniting candle, the first green candle, comes all the way up to the trend line, and then the second one rips over it, and then the third one starts that consolidation. So XLF still in a downtrend, caught underneath the downtrend line. So we don't have the financials on our side. We don't have the small caps and the mid caps on our side because they're in a downtrend. Now we start with the transports. Transports still in a downtrend. You can see right here, there's the downtrend line. We could probably put another one in, start it off up here, and rip it down to there. I don't know if this is today's candle. It is. Nice, almost a bullish engulfing on today's price action. But this would be Tuesday's price action. We got a higher high, but we also got a lower low. All right. Still closing over the bearish trap, but underneath the 17 EMA. We're going to need a whole lot more out of the transports than that. That's not going to help. This is going to help, but it just barely erases what happened yesterday. So transports still in a downtrend. Need the transports. We're going to need one of these guys on our side, either the financials or the transports, and neither one are participating yet. All right, this is a good sign right here. Okay, but I need to see it engulf all of that red candle. All right, so IYT still in a downtrend. All right, let's take a look at USO. Take a look at a little bit of energy. Now you notice USO in an uptrend, started a new uptrend. All right, back on, I think that's Monday, when we broke those highs right there, started the uptrend. Okay, yesterday, let's see, this is today's. Okay, yes, Tuesday's price action, higher low, higher high closing over the bullish trap, over the 17 EMA. USO in an uptrend. UNG also in an uptrend. Okay, UNG price action, higher low, higher high, closing over a bearish trap, over the 17 EMA. Okay, UNG, USO in uptrends. Now, precious metals, GLD and SLV, both of those are still in downtrends because they made lower highs and lower lows. Price action for SLV on Tuesday, higher low, higher high, closing inside the bearish trap under the 17 EMA. That's SLV. GLD. Again, higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish cross, but underneath the 17 EMA, GLD. So looking like they're trying to fight that off. And you notice on this, we got just a squeaky higher low right there on GLD. Okay, this could see a good size rip on GLD. All right, because we got like that squeaky higher low, and right here got a little higher low. So we'll see what happens. But they got to take out this high right here. Okay, once they take out this high right here, they could be in an uptrend right there. I really prefer them to take out this high, but we'll see what happens. All right, so there's GLD. And we already did SLV. So take a look at SLV one more time. Okay, they don't have that squeaky higher low like GLD does, but they do have kind of a head and shoulders pattern showing up. This would be that's an inverse head and shoulders. That would be the head, that would be the right shoulder, and of course this would be the left shoulder right here. All right, so that's a possibility. We'll see what happens. I do like this price action right here. Looking like it's ready to take out that high right there. Like it to take out this high, but taking out this high could mean an uptrend. We'll see how it pans out today. There's SLV. All right, let's go look at some economic data. All right, first one we're going to look at is, let's look at the economic calendar. Okay, so nothing happened yesterday. We were off. This morning, we got housing starts and permits at 8:30, jobless claims at 8:30, Philly Fed manufacturing, 8:30, current account, 8:30, Kashkari is going to speak, and then we got a petroleum report at 11. All right, a couple more Fed speakers, but none of them are Mr. Powell. Tomorrow, PMI composite flash, 9:45. Existing home sales. Okay, we had housing starts and permits at 8:30 on today. Existing home sales at 10 a.m. on Friday. Natural gas report at 10:30, which usually is on Thursday. Again, the petroleum report usually on Wednesday, but pushed out due to the holidays, so now it's on Thursday. Okay, and then a rig count. So very light week for the bulls. All right, not much here to stop them unless there's some wacky numbers. And I don't think even wacky numbers in leading indicators, existing home sales, PMI composite is going to disrupt whatever intentions that they have. Okay, so there's economic calendar. Max Payne for today. Come on, baby. All right, these are for the options that expire today. Okay. Max Payne for today is 548. Put to call ratio. I got 1 1/3 puts for every call. Okay, so could see another little push again today. Not quite as many puts as there was on Tuesday. Earnings calendar. Accenture is going to report, and they're going to report this morning. I thought they were 180 billion. I guess they cut back 179 billion for Accenture. Kroger's going to report. Again, some familiar names, but nothing that's going to move the market. Friday, familiar names, nothing that's going to move the market. Monday, familiar names, nothing that's going to move the market. And FedEx, 61 billion right there. Again, familiar names, but nothing that's going to move the market. Be nice if FedEx could report good numbers. That would probably help the transportation index. So we'll see what, or the transportation sector. So we'll see what happens with that. U.S. dollar index closed yesterday. U.S. dollar was open for business. Closed at 105.23 area. All right, so still in an uptrend. We've made a higher high right here, made a higher high, and we've made a higher low. From that higher low, we've also made an additional higher high up here, and it looks like we are making, again, see that shallow 3-bar pullback, another higher low. So dollar is in an uptrend. All right, traders, that's it for me for today. Again, over the pivot, green erases red is an entry on the 10-minute chart. All right, red erases green under the pivot. That would be a entry on the bearish side. Bullish side, green erases red on over the pivot is an entry for me on the bullish side. Again, I am expecting some profit taking at the 550 number. So we may go up to 550 or so, 551, and maybe even pull back to 547, back to the pivot. We'll see what happens, all right? So I am going to render my video and answer questions. If not, I will be back at 9:15 and we will kick this market off, all right? Hey, good morning, Graham.